All right, once you have your slab of your first name initial or your last name initial, what I want you to do on that front part is start to sculpt the items that you tell something about you on your piece. So how do you do that? All right, take a small chunk of clay that I've already wedged. If I want to start to sculpt those fins, I'm pinching. And this might be too much clay, so I'm going to pinch off a little bit more there and so as you can see on my drawing, I put a pair of fins for swimming. I've got a cassette tape, and I'm going to carve in I Love the 80s music, paint palette, my favorite flowers, sunflowers. I like taking pictures, so I thought I'd sculpt a camera and then kind of paint kind of pouring out onto it as my other item. So remember, you want to have 6 items. Could you have more? Absolutely. So if you're finished early or by all means, go and add more. All right, I'm going to use my toothpick, I think, for this. Okay, and then I'm kind of carving out where the foot would go. All right, and remember we want these things smooth too, so I'm gonna try to get my popsicle stick in there, smooth that out. But the more detail you put in this, kind of the better it's going to be. And before we get too far, I want to remind you that with this enclosure, because you look at my initial, letter J, okay, all the way around, it's trapped air, it's hollow in there. Well, that's not good, remember from our last project. So I'm gonna poke a hole in the bottom, just like we did before, a couple of them, air holes, to ensure that it doesn't explode on us, okay? I would do that on the bottom. All right, so I've got my fin now. One's done, I can make my other one. But as you notice, I made my fin 3D. I didn't make it what I would call cookie cutter. Okay, cookie cutter is it's doing a flat slab like this. And then going, okay, here's the shape of the fin. And cutting it out. I want it 3-dimensional. So all your items should be 3-dimensional. Unless they are flat, which some items are, but not all of them, okay? And think about the placement of your items, like the camera in my case. If you look at my design here, I definitely wanted that resting on the top. I thought that would make it easier for it to, so it wouldn't fall. And then like the paint, my idea was having the paint like squeeze and pour down the front of the letter J. So think about the placement of things. So I'm making that second fin. So a lot of sculpting is just pinching and carving and really looking at what the shape of whatever you're doing is. So if you have to reference a picture, because that's going to make it better. That's why I always have my drawings in front of me, because I take the time to do a good drawing, and then it makes it a lot easier for me in the end. All right, then I want to kind of compare sizes of these fins. Hopefully they're close to each other in size. Well, I think we have a pair, which is good. All right, so then I can score and slip this on. Add my slip. Okay, and then I'm going to go around and seal it all up. Use my toothpick. All right, then I'm going to use that wet paper towel, kind of smooth everything out a little bit. If you got a sponge, that's fine. We're improvising here. And then it'd be on to building the next thing. Like I said, if you finish early, add more things. I'd love to learn more about you, and it makes it a little bit more personalized. I was already thinking, I probably should add some goggles on here too. So that's already in the back of my mind, because that wasn't on my drawing of, if I finish early here, what I might want to add. Okay, notice I'm turning this to work on it. Sealing that. All right, so I got my fins on there. Next, I'll start building the next thing. So that's how you start adding and building your sculptural elements.